Sup guys, welcome to the first video of Phoenix Designs. Today we are going to be looking at how to recreate this image that I actually saw on YouTube by this other really great graphic artist. She actually used Procreate, but in this I'm using Photoshop, so all credit goes to her, but this is just kind of my version. So let's get into it. I'm going to open, and we're going to open up this document. All right. Now, this document is it's really basic, little sunset, and yeah, I think I can do that. There we go. So, this was made, of course, in Photoshop 2020, and we're going to be recreating this. So, to do that, we're going to go File, New, Custom, Create. So, the background is going to be black. Now, we're going to do Command Shift N to make a new layer, and then we're going to press OK, and we're going to do that a couple times. And now on one of these bottom layers here, we are going to go to the circle tool, shape tool down here, and then you just select circle. Now you hold down shift so that it's a fixed ratio, and you just fill it in like that. And now fill, we're going to do white, and then stroke, we want none. You could probably do white in this case too, but I like for none. And we're just going to move that so it's centered. I think that's centered. Yeah, and now we need to make a clipping mask over this layer. So we're just gonna go like this. I'm gonna go clipping mask, and now we want a perfectly horizontal line to be the horizon. And so for that, we are going to use this rectangle tool, because if we use the polygonal lasso tool, we don't know if it's exactly horizontal. So we're going to use this rectangle marquee tool. We're going to select it that is entirely 100% the horizon, like that. And we are going to, actually this shouldn't be done on this layer, it should be done on this layer. We actually want to rasterize this. I want to go here. We're going to do layer via cut. We'll delete that. Okay, so now we have this layer separate from this layer. Now, we want to make, actually here, for now, just to make it a little easier, we'll make this bottom layer darker, so we can actually make it lighter. Okay, we're just gonna make it gray, so that it's like seeable, I guess, we can just see the difference. And now we want like a little bit of a mountain here. So we're gonna go to lasso tool, and we want we'll just do it on a separate layer, no clipping mask necessary. We're just gonna go like that, and that's not perfect, but that's pretty good. And we're gonna make that black for now. We're gonna move this layer underneath there, underneath the slightly gray, and boom, there we have a little landmass. And now we want to work on this layer above this gray. And so for that, we're gonna start here. We're just gonna kind of make a little bit of another landmass around here, and we're gonna fill it in. We want black again. We're just gonna fill it in. And there we go. That is our second landmass. Looks pretty good now. Now, I actually want to make the landmass in the back a little bit lighter. So we're just going to get like a very dark gray. And there we go. That looks nice, but it's not perfectly on there. So we're actually going to do a clipping mask. We're going to make it a clipping mask. And that will confine it to the white circle. So there. Pretty good, pretty good. Now we want another clipping mask on this white area for the sky. For the sky, we're going to go to this brush. We are going to get a slightly bigger brush size with the soft round. And we're going to make this yellow. So we want it like a slightly orangish yellow, but pretty yellow. Like that's good. We'll kind of put that over, and we'll put this layer underneath. there. Okay, there we go. So you got that, and now we're gonna go slightly more orangish. Now we're just gonna do that like right above, and there we go. Now we want a slightly more orangish layer than that up here, and we can just fill in the whole thing with that. Now we want a almost red layer up here, and now we want a pretty much red layer right at the top there. And we have a pretty nice gradient. And I left some white spots like here and stuff just to kind of give a cloud effect. And now we can go to, actually you guys can't see this, but I went to filter at the top of my screen, blur, and Gaussian blur. And now we can select how much. So that's not blurred, that's too much blurred. So we'll do kind of something in between, like that's good, and that gives a really nice blurred effect. Now we're gonna do the same thing but for this gray layer down here. No clipping mask. And we could technically just duplicate this layer and put it down here, but it doesn't really look as nice. So now we're gonna get a really nice yellow color right there. It's that same one. You can actually lower the brush size. I'll just put that in there. Actually, we can make this a little darker. Probably make it just the slightest bit darker. There we go. Now we can go a little lower. There we go. And go a little lower. It's kind of the same process that we were doing before. Right there. And now a bit lower. And now we are going to go to the same filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And this one can make a little less of a blur. Okay. And now it's a little dark, and so that's because the layer below it was not white. So that's what it would look like if it was white. But I kind of want it to be a little more rich in color, so I'll make it like a pink. That pinkish. We'll do later. That's pretty good. I can even do like blue because it's water, but I don't think that really looks that great. Yeah, I don't really like that as much. So we'll do yellow, and then I'll just do one white, gray again. We'll do that. Okay. So now that we're done with that, we will do some trees around here. Go to edit. Okay, I just can't see that on the top, but edit, transform, and scale. And so now we're just, or we could do free transform. Actually, that would have been a little better. So actually, we'll do that. Free transform. And there. Now you can rotate it, scale it, all that good stuff. And yeah. So we're just gonna continue that. Might speed this part up. Okay, so now we kind of have our palm trees in there. Now if we want to, we can duplicate the palm trees. So we'll just duplicate them, and we can move them down. Now we can go back to edit and free transform. Turn them a bit. We could use different palm trees for this part as well, but I prefer it like that. And now after doing that, we'll duplicate that again, and this is to give bushes. Alright, so I'm just gonna move that, and again, edit, free transform. Okay, there we go. Now it's time for the sun, which will be on a layer. We'll put the sun right here. Actually, we'll put it right here. So the sun's gonna have to be right here, no clipping mask. And so to do sun, we'll use that same ellipse tool that we used in the beginning. Hold shift, make a nice small sun. The fill color should be probably like we'll do white for now, but we'll make it like a yellowish later on. Oh wow, this kind. All right, so there we go. And we'll just rasterize that. There we go. And now we can do clouds too. I don't like clouds. Okay, I'm not gonna do clouds. So that's it. That is how you make one of those. And we're done.